Good morning. I wanted to talk today about one of my more memorable rides, and that would be the Natchez Trace. Anyway, on the Natchez Trace, we started at Natchez State Park and went from Natchez State Park all the way to Nashville. Of course, not in one day. That's 400 and some odd miles. Anyway, the first day we rode till about 4 o'clock, and it rained. So we got to Rocky Springs, which is where we were going to camp at, and we had to load up and drive to Jackson, Mississippi. Now keep in mind, during the day, we would stop every 10 to 15 miles and eat something or drink something or something like that. We didn't just ride straight through. So I just was going to clarify that so everybody knows that we didn't just ride straight through. But that was about, I don't know, I want to say about 40 miles first day. May have been 50, but anyway, we didn't ride a long way. But we, like I said, loaded up and rode into Jackson and everything. And like I said, and this is in 2018. And so anyway, then the next day we went from Jackson. We stayed in a motel in Jackson. And we went to the IHOP in Jackson. And while we were there, we went in and the gal was really friendly in there. Walked in, almost reminded me of Minnie Pearl. And because we walked in, she goes, "Howdy," it's like that, just like Minnie Pearl would do if you know Minnie Pearl. And any of you that are at least my age or a little older will remember Minnie Pearl. Anyway, so we ate there, but now the gal at the motel wasn't real friendly. She wouldn't even look at us. I don't know what she had against us, but she didn't like us. So anyway, we got up the next morning and rode from Ross Barnett Reservoir, we're just on the edge of Jackson, to Kosciusko, Mississippi. Got to Kosciusko, and we stayed there. Well, we stopped at on the way there, just outside of just a little ways outside of Jackson, was a place called Cypress Swamp, and there's a little trail you could go across, some bridge and a trail and everything. We went on from there. And anyway, when we went to Kosciusko, like I said, and we stayed there. We got to stay in the visitor center because there was no place outside for us to camp, and the lady there let us stay inside. And so we slept inside in air conditioning and had a bathroom, which was really, really nice because we slept outside and we were hot and sweaty. And so anyway, then we got up the next morning and left and went on north. And then the next day we got up and we rode from Kosciusko to Witch's Dance, and we stayed at Witch's Dance. And Witch's Dance is an old wives' tale about wherever the witches danced, the grass would die. So that was some old wives' tale about that. I don't know if it's truth or not. That was something that they believed way back when the Natchez Trace was in its infancy, before it became a national park. Anyway, that was supposed to be something that happened, and so we stayed there, and then we had to look that night because before you put your tent down anywhere you camp, you got to make sure there's no fire ants because they have a lot of fire ants down there. Sorry about the shaking. Anyway, they have a lot of them, and you got to be careful where you put your tent because there's a lot of fire ant hills and stuff. Along the trace. You can be riding along the road and just see fire ant hills one right after another. And you see some big ones, you see some small ones. And it's beautiful down there. If you ever get a chance to go ride it, I would go ride it. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. It really was. I enjoyed it a lot. And then the next day we rode to Tupelo. More people coming. Anyway, we went into Tupelo, we stopped at the visitor center and watched a video, and sure enough, that's where I found out there was alligators in Cypress Swamp. And that's how I found that out, for sure. I kind of suspected, but then I found it out for sure then. Okay, we're gonna try and go. Maybe there's nobody coming. Anyway, but that's where we found that out. It was a pretty interesting video about the trace and history of it and everything. So like I said, now I don't know about anybody with electric assist, if that would be a problem or not, because I don't know about charging everything. Unless you'd have to ride off the trace and into a motel, you know. So I don't know if that would be a problem or not, you know, because, you know, none of us that rode that day had an electric assist on our trikes. None of us. And there was like 5 of us. Anyway, so that's just something that, like I said, I would go if you got a chance. Well, she may have to drive it, you may not be able to ride it, you know. But say, ever gets a chance. It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to ride, and it was interesting. There's lots of history, lots of things to see. We didn't get to see near all of it. At the time,